my name is Haley. To me, dialogue is a discussion between two people or two parties coming to a conclusion, whether they be talking about religion or politics or anything like that. To me, dialogue is two parties coming together, discussing their differences, and hearing each other out, and coming to a conclusion in the end.
I would like to tell you my journey with Mukamma. I have been writing for Mukamma for 8 months. I'm also a part of admin team for 5 months. When I started to write at Mukamma in Urdu, my Urdu writing skills were very low. However, Mukamma editors helped me and I slowly built my Urdu writing skills and still working on it. Now Inamrana is launching Dialog Times at international level. Being a part of Dialog Times is like saving my life. Because I never learned how to write in Urdu, but I know how to write in English. I would like to congrats Inamrana and his entire team. I would also urge you to write for Dialog Times because one word, one voice can change the world. Congratulations on that and thank you so much.
This is Soriwal Dasgupta from India and I am a playwright by profession, so dialogue is a part of my life. And I believe that when there is a dialogue between two people, it always results into a beautiful story. And the story is all about the beautiful things that they have in common. These things can be music, art, culture, anything that they can agree upon. Particularly for the people of India and Pakistan, where we have the common history, language, culture, music, dialogue is necessary. Because dialogue is the only medium by which the differences can be reduced and people can come together.
I hope Dialog Times becomes a platform where common values and shared values are encouraged instead of differences.
One impressive thing about Inamrana is that he never fails to surprise you. The thinking mind that he is, he's always planning to do something new, something different, something distinct from the tradition. We saw him first coming up with Mukalma, the Urdu social website. He followed it up with Mukalma TV, and now he has come up with a Dialog Times, something that was being missed for a long time, an English social media based website. My best wishes to him and his talented team at the launch of this new venture. At the same time, my best wishes for whatever new venture he is planning, because knowing the person he is, I'm very much sure that he is already something cooking up in his mind. My best wishes.
Dialog Times is something very important. It's an important project in a way that it will invite us globally to sit together, to listen to the views of other people, to listen to the views of other societies, other parts of the globe, to try to understand them in a positive way, to try to explain our narrative in a positive way.
Hi, my name is Susanna, and for me, dialogue means a conversation to come up to a solution or to come up to a conclusion. A dialogue does not mean that you are right and you are always going to be right. It helps you and teaches you to understand other people's perspective and what they stand for and what they believe in. It gives you an opportunity to voice your words. Dialogues should be liberating, not confining.
When every society is divided into fragments by the narrow domestic walls, the Dialog Times is indeed an initiative to blur such boundaries as have divided the world into what Voltaire says, little societies.
I think it's extremely important to encourage people of all nations to get into contact in whatever way, because countries worldwide are more or less at war and involved in a horrible refugee crisis, a fact that can be encountered with peaceful and loving social intercourse only. So I wish you good luck for your great project, dear friend, and keep it on, please.
I believe humans all across the globe are just like each other, but the circumstances which differ. And when we don't communicate with each other, when we don't understand each other, then the differences widens. The solution to every problem and the narrowing of differences comes through a fair dialogue. And this is what I believe Dialogue International is all about. I'm very passive about showing emotions to a thing which will have an impact on future, but I hope that Dialogue International is going to be a very healthy platform for this purpose of narrowing the differences between the East and West and the right and left.
He has provided us a platform for the beginners like me to start writing and let the world know what I think.
Dialogue Times have given me an opportunity, a chance to talk in the favor of my own class, the proletariats.
We can bridge the differences and communicate the differences between the all South Asian communities. And secondly, it will also help, especially in Pakistan, for the new writers to write in English.
Thank you very much for inviting me in this seminar which is being organized by the Dialogue Times in London. Though I'm participating in it virtually, but I really feel honored to be there in this form. Personally, I feel that what Dialogue Times and Mukalima, what they are trying to achieve is very important in this time, in this era, because what I see, what worries me, what concerns me is the firebrand altercation among different groups, different political groups, different social groups, different religious groups. I see fighting, literally fighting in talk shows. That really worries me. If Dialogue Time can get people from different social, political, religious groups together and make them feel and think that whatever they are thinking, whatever they are feeling, whatever they are propagating may be corrigable. We can expect or we can accept that whatever we are saying may be open to correction. If the Dialogue Time can convey this very basic message to different groups, that would be a wonderful achievement on their part. The other thing, if we can achieve out of this exercise, is that if we can train our young people to read the serious scholarship, to read serious article, to go deep down into the root causes of all our problems. At the moment, what we see, that if you write something, if you say something against someone, so that writing, that talk, or that piece of scholarship attracts the attention. But if you are trying to write down something which is not against anybody, but that piece of writing is trying to address the root cause of some problems, that writing does not attract the attention of our readers. And then if you say something, so when you look at the comments which are being made on any writing for that matter, so that those comments generally are very obscene. People are criticizing quite brutally without knowing and without keeping the basic mannerism of criticizing such writings. I have recently seen that some very serious scholars have been brutally criticized without knowing their stature, without knowing the level of their scholarship. So this is what we can train our young people, young readers and young writers at the same time. I think the Dialogue Times can do a big service, a massive service, by bringing people together, by asking them to look at their own point of view, by asking them to look at others' point of views and then decide. If the dialogue time and Makalima get people from different groups together and make them see in what way they can pull along with others and they can move along with others, and this is the way they can achieve some consensus, minimum possible consensus on contentious issues. I wish Dialogue Times and Makalima all the best. Thank you.